Good afternoon, shed dwellers and people of the Shire. How are we all doing? It's Wednesday, day off of work, and it's raining hard out there. Welcome along to another episode of Shedmouth Junction. And why are we here today? Good question. I thought I'd come on here after doing nothing to my layout, nothing exciting whatsoever. I'll give you a little update of what's happening. And then I wanted to talk about the Great Electric Train Show, which was last weekend, just gone. And another subject which we'll get to in a second. But firstly, we'll do the exciting stuff. I'm just watching Evie indoors. She's dancing in the front room. She should be doing her homework. So quite what she's dancing in the front room for, I'm not quite so sure. Anyhow, let's talk about, first off, the layout. What's happening in the shed at the moment? What's new, what's not new, what's exciting, what's not exciting. Well, truth be told, nothing's happened since the last time I spoke to you. So hence been no real decent videos coming out. I have got one coming out, hopefully, if I get it edited in time, end of the week. And it's a little weathering video on the Duchess. There we go. A video where I know absolutely nothing about weathering and try and show you guys how I weathered something. Interesting. There you go. Anyhow, yes, that's kind of end of the week, crossing fingers. We've also announced recently our 1,000 subscriber special, which I know you're all dying to find out about. I know you're keen to find out what's going on with that, and I can't bring you that news either. Simple reason. We announced it a little bit keenly, a little bit early. Not in terms of subscriber numbers, but in terms of the plan, the big plan. We have got a plan, and we have put it to a few people, and one of those people in particular has come back with an interest to get involved. So until I have that confirmation, I don't really want to announce anything on the channel, because I want, if they're going to be involved, I would like to announce them involved with it from the word go, not halfway through. So it's going to happen regardless of these people's involvement. I just need them to confirm yes or no. I'm not going to push people into saying yes or no. The idea itself, we think, is very, very simple, and we would love you to get involved 100%. So the idea itself is going to get mixed reactions. There are going to be a few of you out there who go, yeah, this is great, we'll embrace that, give it a go. There'll be a few out there who I'm not expecting to come anywhere near this. Okay, so, and yet half of you are going to think, oh my God, what are they doing? Lock them back in the shed, give them some white coats, take them away, they're all completely crazy. On the other hand, you might think, it's a great idea. In terms of other projects, we have got on the go, oh my God, 2 other projects kicking around, which we haven't even started yet. We're trying to get something done for Christmas. That's nowhere. I've run out of money to buy stuff with. So we're in limbo, completely limbo. I have done a little bit of work on Triang EMU project. I'm holding up one of my bogies. Say no more, say no more. Another subject for another day. And I've also started work on my Rolvenden / Norman project, my J94 little gem of a loco. There we go. Look, bit of weathering done to that. This is for my, I don't know if you remember my little diorama I'm trying to build. So that's something else that's going on. There's bits that have been filmed, bits that haven't been filmed, bits that need editing, bits that don't need editing, and it'll all come together in one point and be done. So let's go on a little rewind session then. Let's go back to the weekend. Now, I was not going to make a video about the Great Electric Train Show, or GETS. In case for those people who don't know what GETS is, it stands for that, Great Electric Train Show, which was on at Milton Keynes weekend just gone. Now, I wasn't going to make a video of this at all. I didn't take any footage, or hardly any footage, on the day. Mainly because I couldn't get to anything to take pictures of it. It's so crowded. But I felt that there were YouTubers out there who could do a much, much better job than what I could. And already, from the videos that I've seen, that's already been proven. So fair play to those guys for making the videos. There's no point in me just replicating what everyone else has done. So I had no intention of making a video. I had no intention of doing an afterthought video like this is going to be. The reason that I'm here is because I watched a video from Model Railway Shed Dino during the week, and he was expressing his thoughts about the show, which was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. He had a really good time, but he brought up a subject which is really close to me, and that subject is anxiety. I have suffered anxiety for a number of years. Depression, anxiety, it kind of rolls on a fairly even playing field for me. And it's something I have suffered since probably my late teens, early 20s, in various degrees and various depths. Okay. It's harsh, it's awful to deal with, and sometimes there's no way, sometimes it's hard to control. Okay. Now I know I'm not alone with this. Thousands, millions of people millions of people suffer with anxiety. Okay. My good lady, she suffers from like a social anxiety. Certain things, like if you go to a theatre, we have to sit in the aisle next to the exit because she can't do lots of people. So the show for her would have been a nightmare. Likewise for me. Different levels of this stuff, it kicks in. Now, if you've never suffered it, you're very lucky. Okay, very lucky indeed. But if you have suffered it, you'll know where I'm coming from with this. Let's break this down a little bit. I don't want to go into too much depth of this, but let's start off with the show itself. Okay. The show itself was fantastic in terms of what was there. It was brilliant. Okay, and no doubt about it. You walk into a big room like that, and it blows your mind. You know, I've not been to anything that size as a model railway show before. I've been to things like the NEC motorbike show numerous times. I have exhibited at the Alexandra Palace motorcycle show back in the day, when the company I used to work for. Not a problem. So I had half an expectation of how many people would be there. I didn't realise in my mind how popular this hobby was, and I never expected that amount of people in one venue. Okay, which is a good thing. That just shows how strong this hobby is and the love for this hobby is. It also shows that despite recent turbulences, that's a good word, turbulences, in the modelling industry, with companies doing this and that and the other, and price increases and all this other stuff that's been going on over the last 12 months. People still love it. It's not putting people off. Okay. The age groups that were there, it wasn't just older people. It was a mixture of ages, right from little kids, middle age, and advancing years, shall we say. A nice mixture, which is brilliant. Perfect, and just what the hobby needs is to get young people in this hobby for that's our future. Okay, that's the future of the hobby. The young people, get them in there, get them loving this stuff. The crowd of people was there. If you got to the front of the queue or the crowd to look at something, it was nice to have a little look. Okay, beautiful to see the layouts. I was very aware of children, in terms of I could hear parents saying, "Can you see anything? Can you see anything?" I would offer my place up, let that child come in with the parent, and I'll vanish off and come back later or something. And I think that's important. And they're this high, they can't see above us adults, But yeah, what an amazing spectacle to go and see. Plenty of trade stalls, plenty of layouts. The layouts were unbelievable. I felt, yes, Peter Waterman's was, I would say, or the team that built Pete's stuff was the main focal point of the show. Right down the middle of the hall, beautiful. Beautifully put together, a fantastic concept. Probably never going to see it again, but take nothing away from the other layouts that were there. They were unbelievable. I mean, one in particular I really liked was James Street, and I think that was an N scale, beautifully laid out. I mean, that was something else. Absolutely stunning. Oh, there's a freight train going through. Oh, what's putting that? Class 73? Interesting. See, sitting in my I can see the railway line. It's quite interesting. I can't pronounce it very well, but the one that really caught my eye was Burnt Island, 1883. Brilliant layout. There's so many there. I mean, a whole map of stalls and stands and layouts, and they all were just fantastic. Yeah, so although say Pete Waterman's main layout for the centre was huge, take nothing away from everyone else's efforts, everyone's layout was superb, and I've come away from that show with so much inspiration, so much fun. I got really invested in the live steam stand. That was fantastic. I got a proper demonstration of how it worked and how the controller works, and those guys were really passionate about what they do. I loved every minute of that. That was brilliant. The trade stalls for me weren't really a thing. I didn't go to buy anything. I don't need anything. I haven't really got what we call a decent layout, so I don't need anything as yet. For me, it's just about going, having an experience and inspiration. Another stand which really caught my eye was a demonstration from WW Scenics. They were fantastic. I absolutely loved watching them build the layers of static grass. It's different when you see this working in the flesh and it is when you see it on a video on YouTube. Actually watching someone work with this stuff really confidently, really quickly, convinced me straight away that's the way forward. Love it. Happy days. So that's something that I'll be hopefully doing in the future. So yeah, well done to the guys who made the show possible. Thank you very, very much. So back to anxiety. This is a bit I struggle with, and this is the reason I've made this video, because I watched, like I say, Model Railway Shed Dino's video during the week, and he mentioned about he suffers with anxiety, and halfway towards the venue he wanted to turn around. The fear got too much for him. As it happened, he ploughed on through, went to the show, had a great day, and as soon as I watched that, it totally brings home my own experiences with anxiety. And I don't think we talk about this enough, guys and girls. Okay, we don't mention this enough, and it should be something we mention. I never thought as a 40-odd-year-old that I would be nervous to go places, nervous to go to venues and things like this, to go and enjoy myself. Never thought I'd be frightened to speak to people. I might come across as quite a confident guy, but I'm really not. Never have been. And there are reasons for that, which go back to my childhood, which I'm not going to get into right now. But I need to have a confidence build up to go and do things, okay? And going to that show was a big thing for myself and for other people who also suffer from this, okay? Going into a venue on my own without Evie or someone with me is unusual. Normally I go with somebody else. That amount of people, I went in the door with confidence. I'd set 2 steps inside that front door and I closed up. I struggled to walk any further in, and it took me a good couple of hours to kind of get my confidence, get my heart rate down a little bit and think normal. And that sounds odd. I know people who don't suffer anxiety who go, what are you talking about? You're a grown man, behave yourself. But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. I really struggled to focus on what I was doing, struggled to move through the people, to get to a clear space where I could try and breathe and calm the body down a bit. The brain starts working overtime. It became slightly harder when I bumped into people that knew me and I didn't know them and they wanted to interact. Wonderful. And I would never say, if anyone ever sees me and says, want to say hello, please do. The first couple of people I spoke to, I must have come across like a startled rabbit in the headlights of a car, or for a Del Boy phrase, I felt like a turkey who just caught Bernard Matthews grinning at him. I couldn't get the words out, and I probably come across quite mad and not quite saying what I wanted to say. The words wouldn't leave my mouth as I wanted them to. I felt all flustered. If I come across as a complete lunatic, I do apologise, and that is purely because the first couple of hours of being there, it took me a little while to slow everything down and just process what was going on. But because of those 2 hours, I ended up missing the YouTubers gathering, which Timber Surf was organising at 11 o'clock. I got chatting to a few people away from that, and time got away with me a little bit. I turned up late, but I did meet the man himself. Also met Brian. Nice to meet you, Brian. And only for a brief moment I spoke to you two, but it was lovely to meet you, and thank you very, very much for taking time out of your stay, and thank you very much for taking the time to come and say hello to me. It was lovely, and again, please forgive my perhaps non-focus in my conversation. I'd also like to give a massive shout out to a chap that many of you probably know from various live streams. He comes across in the chats quite a lot, and you know him as Hot Dog Pilot Andy. Now, Andy, I was so pleased to meet Andy, because that man has followed us from the word go, from literally from our first video. He's been with us all the way, and when I saw him there, honestly, it made me feel good. It made me feel like, oh, okay, I know this man. I don't know him, but I know him. You know what I mean? I never met the guy, but I feel like I know him through the internet, through YouTube, through what we do. And Andy, I felt like I've known you for years, and your son Richard, lovely, lovely guy. Thank you so much, because that meeting you guys really helped me unwind and enjoy the rest of my day. If you guys haven't checked out Andy's YouTube channel, please do. Hot Dog Pilot Andy, he does a live stream every Sunday afternoon. Very, very knowledgeable guy. His son is absolutely full of beans. He works on the railways and has some superb knowledge. Beautiful to see someone working and living with their passion, which is railways. Fair play to him, and hats off to you, sir. Well done, mate. And you know, go and support him. Go and support his channel. He really, really deserves it. Which brings me on to something else I wanted to say as well. And please don't take offence to this. This is literally how I feel sometimes. Walking around the show and watching some of you guys on your live streams. Sometimes I come in the live stream and I'll say hello in the chat, then I'll vanish off or whatever. Sometimes I come on a live stream and don't even say hello. I don't always get involved. Many reasons why I don't always get involved. Firstly, I could be doing something else at the same time. 9 out of 10 times I'm multitasking, so it's a bit of background noise for me. But secondly, also, I'm still learning this game, you know, and even at the show, walking around, I did a lot of listening at the show because I had no one to talk to, so I was literally just doing lots of listening, you know, walking up to a layout, sitting there listening to conversation around. A new model railway, you know, enthusiasts are so knowledgeable about every detail, everything that goes on, and that's to be applauded. You know your stuff. Sadly, I know nothing. I don't know a thing. I'm coming into this pretty green. Yes, I love steam engines, you know, and anything else I know I've learned in the last 12 months just doing the hobby. So I've never once felt out of place in the community. I think the community we've got as a group of hobbyists is amazingly wonderful thing. I've never felt like I shouldn't be here, but I certainly feel like I don't deserve the recognition that we've got through our channel. I go to other people's channels and I can learn something. I can watch any one of you guys. Mark Donegal Dad on a Thursday night watching your live stream. Andy Hot Dog Pilot on a Sunday. Jenny Kirk's Monday Club. You can listen to that and you're also full of knowledge, and I can take something away from that. I don't feel that as a channel we can give anything. We don't have anything to give, and I feel bad for that. I feel bad for that totally. I feel like, you know, I take so much from you guys in terms of knowledge and expertise, and I want to give something back all the time because I don't feel like that we can. You know, I'm here for the ride and I enjoy my hobby, but I can definitely feel when I got to the show, I certainly felt like, is this the right place for me to be? You know, even, and perhaps I shouldn't think that, but it's my way that my brain works sometimes. To summarise a little bit, the show was brilliant, fantastic. The people I met were just wonderful, whether they were YouTubers, whether they were members of the public who just happened to recognise me. Everyone was so kind, and I can't thank everybody enough because it made me feel far calmer, far more normal, and it made the day nicer for me. So thank you very much. Okay. Anxiety, the hobby itself has helped a lot since doing YouTube. In this hobby, the response we get from people through our channel is just incredible. I feel far more relaxed. Tracy has mentioned only this morning that the last just over 12 months, which would kind of tie in with doing model railways, I guess, I have been a different person. I have been calmer, happier in general. Okay, and I think that level of calm has come from trying to take the stress out of my life. I have enough of it as it is. You know, I have a lot's going on in my little world, and this hobby helps me just chill out. Okay, so just a little things for you fellow anxiety sufferers out there who do this hobby. You're not alone. Okay, there are a few of us out there, and if anyone wants to reach out, please feel free. You can catch us on the Facebook page, which we have for just general chin wagging. If you want to share what you're doing with your layouts or share things, you can get in contact with us on the Facebook page. You can message me direct if you want to. Likewise, I'm always up for a Zoom chat. If someone wants to get on the old Zoom Illumin on the old laptop, I know I've only done it once before. I'm sure I can work a bit of technology to make it work again. And feel free to have a little chin wag. Always more than welcome. Always more than welcome. But anyway, it's piddling down outside. I need to go and make sure that one in there's done our homework. And I will hopefully see you later in the week with my weathering video. I'm sorry if I've waffled on and bored everyone to death. I do apologise, but at the same time, I wish you all the very, very best and hopefully see you again soon. Thank you very much. See you later.